Hey guys, Lon from the ECOM Zone, and this is probably one of the most unethical ways to dropship that I do not agree with. So when I first started dropshipping in 2020, the most unethical way to dropship was don't ship dropship, and essentially scammers would run dropshipping stores and they won't send out any products. So what they'll do is just run a bunch of ads, make a bunch of money, there won't be any payment holds because that wasn't a thing back then, and they'll just run off with the money and they'll send nothing out. Or they'll send something out and it'll just be an empty package. And since then, there hasn't really been any unethical ways to dropship until recently. So I've discovered a few of these pages on Instagram where they just run a bunch of organic content. I'm not too sure if they run any ads, but essentially what these pages are doing, they're trying to create a sob story about their daughter having cancer or their grandpa's not making enough money from their wood carving business, and so you should support him. And so we have a few pages here: mantomotion.co, Little Dreams in Not, Glow Shelter, 178k followers, lantern.lilies, and a lot of these people follow the same template where they're trying to manipulate the customer's feelings by having them believe that this sob story is actually true. Like this one here is a grandpa running a dog shelter, but this exact same grandpa is also running a wooden carving business that isn't making money. And then you have clips of girls crying that their grandpa's passing away or their mom's passing away, so you should help them. And this way of making money is just so unethical that I just can't believe there's people out there that are using this method to just manipulate people into buying their products. So let's actually watch one of these videos. So this is the first one. So they have a guy crying in hospital saying how he's been fired from his job a week ago after his daughter was born, and all of a sudden he bought a warehouse to start his wood carving business and that he's not making any sales. So that's one sob story. Another one, this one's one of the worst ones. Essentially, I'd rather go to KFC than help your dumb son. I hope cancer kills him. So basically, they start off with a really cruel comment, which is probably just fake. And then they have a clip of their son making these crochets. Who recently diagnosed with stage 3 cancer, then clips of the hospital, and then clips of the product. Now, if you go to their page, it's literally like different parents. Like this guy is not the same as that guy, nor the same as this guy, nor the same as this guy. Like, how many dads does his son have? Like 6 or something, right? It's just insane. So all they're doing is literally manipulating their customers and their viewers into buying their products. Next, we have this person here, Glow Shelter, one of the most successful ones. And it's just insane how people believe this. So nobody gives a fuck, you old fart. You and those dogs are gonna die soon anyways. So another cruel comment, and then a guy just crying in the background. Then clips of dogs that they probably either generated with AI or just stolen offline. And then these clips here of them making a product that's generated with AI. And that's not really unethical because it probably does happen in the factories in China. So just clips of people making a product isn't unethical. It's just the story behind it. So all of a sudden it turns into this, and then yeah. And if you go to their page, you can see they have a daughter crying again, dogs crying, a son's crying, another daughter's crying. It's like, how many daughters and sons do you have? It's just unreal. Next one. What's this one about? So, point of view, you stayed 9 seconds and say my grandpa's flower lamp business. Again, it's just a girl crying on screen, which is actually a good hook. But then it starts that sob story where there's a grandma starting her own business and she's struggling financially and she needs help. And there you have it. So those are just 4 clips with 4 different sob stories. They have a bunch of different sob stories on their pages, along with the other Instagram pages here. So why is this so wrong and harmful? Well, one, it fabricates suffering. Pretending to be a real person who is struggling financially is emotional manipulation, and it's just wrong. Like, if you have a moral compass, you just don't do that. Second, it exploits trust. Viewers now believe they're supporting a real person Instead, they're unknowingly buying a mass-produced dropshipped item. And the other problem with this is that it also damages the entire e-com space. When people find out it's fake, they don't just lose trust in that shop and that Instagram page, they also lose trust in online brands as a whole. And that's why over time, ever since 2020 when I started dropshipping, I've received a lot of Facebook comments saying, I don't know if I could trust this ad because there's so many fake stores on Facebook that's running ads. And that just reduces sales for us and dropshippers like yourself who's trying to make money legitimately from this fulfillment model. So not only is this an unethical method to dropship, it also damages the space for other e-com brands, especially for dropshippers. It also harms other businesses like actual wood carvers and small makers who genuinely depend on sales, gets drowned out by these fake stories because they're much better at creating content because they're basically manipulating users to believe in this sob story. It's unreal. So why does this strategy work so well? So they're basically pushing the story instead of the product. People don't buy the objects, they buy the meaning. So a wooden item alone is very boring. However, a grandpa trying to survive through his craft is emotionally charged, and that's why people buy into it. If you read the comments in those videos, a lot of people believe in that sob story and they're like, what's the link? Where can I buy this? Where do I support you? Etc. It's unreal. There's a moral justification to buy. The customer isn't just buying something, they're made to believe they're doing a good deed by helping this person out. That removes the guilt, hesitation, and price resistance into buying this product. Also, visual proof triggers empathy. So clips of somebody carving wood with wrinkled skin, they're old, they're slow, they're tired movements, and having emotional people just cry on screen really triggers that empathy. This creates perceived authenticity even if it's fake because people just don't fact check. So last but not least, identity signaling. Buying becomes a statement, I support this small business, or I care about this person's life, or I'm not buying junk and that's why they're going to buy from this brand. So storytelling itself is not unethical, but manufacturing false stories like how your grandpa's passing away or how your son's suffering from cancer and so they started this brand, or this grandpa's losing money or he needs money quickly, that is what's unethical and I do not condone that. So how do you use this strategy ethically for any product? So you first tell a true founder or customer story. So why did you start this brand? What problem were you actually trying to solve with your products? And what made you realize this product actually mattered? So for example, if you found a product that helps with anxiety or back pain or neck pain, and it actually helped you with your back pain or your problems, then you have a story there. You could also shift from saving someone to serving someone. So instead of you're saving my grandpa's business, say this product helps people feel calmer, happier, more confident, or relieves back pain, etc. Next is be transparent about your production. You can pretend to be the manufacturer by asking your supplier how the product is made, then creating videos of the product being made. Then you can even share footage or images of their warehouse or crafting station so it looks like you're actually making the products even though you're dropshipping. Because at the end of the day, it's just a fulfillment model. The product's still being made with that method, so it's not unethical to share pictures of how the product's being made. Then creating videos that create emotion. Become a better videographer, get better at editing videos, learn about hooks, see what others are doing, and learn about pacing and audio. So it's very common practice for these Instagram pages to have someone crying on screen with like a comment pulled from another comment, or maybe it's fake, saying how it's a dumb product, or you're not going to get any likes, or you're not going to get any sales, etc. It just makes the user want to watch it more. However, you're not trying to sell this unethical sob story. So this page here called Marina Poet, I think he's one of the biggest sellers for these manta ray products. So if we go over to his page, he doesn't actually sell that sob story. He just has this product under a blanket, and then he has a caption, even as a kid, I believe people would stop for 9 seconds to watch my wooden animals come to life. So he pulls it off, reveals the product, and then quickly snaps over to another pan view of the product. And then next, close up, and then another close up, but it's transitioning from left to right, right to left. And this is like a bird's eye view shot, and then another shot, another shot. And so you can see here, he's quickly changing different scenes And this video here got him 379k likes. So he basically just bought a bunch of products and filmed it at his home. And so people believe that he's actually making these products, or at least he has it on hand and creating content. And if you go back far enough, he also has content of him packaging the product as if he ships it out himself. However, I'm pretty sure he's just ordering the products in, he opens it up, films the product, and then he's like, okay, let me film a packaging video, right? And so you get the same packaging and you just basically reverse it. So you're putting the item back into the package like you're shipping the product out. So you have these here as well. So this could be a video from his manufacturers, or he just has a few of these in his home. We just don't really know. But again, it's kind of cool to see a warehouse or office with these boxes because it makes it feel real. And so this is what I mean by creating a brand, using your own images, filming your own content so that you can have an unlimited source of content for your ads and for your organic pages. So this store here actually has some sort of moral compass and he's not selling a sob story. So fake stories, they convert fast, however real stories build brand, because over time people may catch on to these fake stories and they won't buy from you any longer. And you also have to remember that one gets refunds, chargebacks and angry comments, whereas the other one gets repeat customers and word of mouth, and so over time you're building that customer lifetime value. But yeah, that's the end of this video guys. Let me know what you think, and if you've seen these pages before. It's actually insane how there's people out there running these dropshipping stores with these unethical fake stories. I just don't know who's teaching it, or if it's a guru online that's making a killing with these fake videos. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel for more content, and peace.